Hey friends, this is a Lone Lobster 18 from the Wolf Brotherhood. We're anxiously awaiting release information about the new Splinter Cell 7 that may or may not be coming out this year. With Splinter Cell Blacklist on its third year without many exciting updates, DLCs, or added maps beyond the inadequate addition of the Millionaire's Yacht and some weapons, and the multiplayer was absolutely left hanging, the fans have been searching and scouring for any information possible. We heard in 2015 that they would be announcing a new Splinter Cell at the E3 in 2015, but there was only silence and no word about it. The last thing the fans heard was that Ubisoft was working on a Splinter Cell movie, and I'm still hearing it's being worked on. I heard that the trailer might even be done, and it may be possibly shown at E3, but that info is from speculating fans that are doing a lot of research and not directly from Ubisoft. Although they have said they were making it, but as excited as I am to see the movie, it isn't the game, and that's what I want to know about, and I'm sure you do too. I have done much research, and I am concerned because with so many other games that they're talking about at E3, there's nothing about Splinter Cell yet. All the graphics and all the posters that are around the E3 event, I don't see any Splinter Cell stuff. Watch Dogs and The Division came out well after Splinter Cell Blacklist, and there's definitely talk about that. Leaks, discussion, and promo materials for their sequels. But Splinter Cell came out first. Why is there nothing on Splinter Cell? I mean, the order of the games should give us some comfort, but with no graphics or promo material, it isn't looking too good. Now, there is word about a special ops event, Master Classes, that will be bringing in on the same stage The Division, Ghost Recon, and Rainbow Six Siege. But there's no word on Splinter Cell. Well, why leave Splinter Cell out when Splinter Cell is one of the major legendary Tom Clancy games? So without Ubisoft actually saying anything, we are here awaiting the release of any information. So what information do we have that's actually promising? Well, we know that the storyline is not complete, which is a good thing. The options are either continue with the current progression of the story, which brings us to the idea of Aftermath. Aftermath was the book which came out right after Blacklist was released. Will they follow the same storyline of the book that we can read and learn about? Or will they go a different direction? The continuation of the Blacklist story might be finding out the deeper levels of who is responsible for the Blacklist. Hopefully, they don't bring it back to 4th Echelon, considering 4th Echelon was created to dispose of the 3rd Echelon's continued unauthorized missions and attempts of gaining more power and control like we saw in Conviction, and that was the end of 3rd Echelon. Coben has now managed to find himself involved in working with Sam Fisher and his team on 4th Echelon. Can he truly be trusted, and what role will he have in the future? Also, Kestrel. Last we saw him, he was having a rough time recovering from Conviction, and perhaps we can expect him to wake up and join forces with Sam. We also have another hint about possibly a title or theme, something maybe about Closer? Well, where will the story go? Will it regress in time? Will Sam become younger again as he seems to define age even as he gets older, or will they progress? I think that Splinter Cell line will most likely move to progression, because that the gear they've been using in the game is highly technical. I don't see them detracting or reverting to older weapons or technologies or equipment. As drones and unmanned air devices and machines are being used more and more, I'd expect to see a little bit more of this in the game. Also, I hope the vision modes are upgraded a bit. Let's talk about the multiplayer, because that's what I specialize in. I think the Blacklist game is a beautiful game. I think the graphics are amazing and revolutionary, but the problem I have is that the vision modes majorly detracted from the beauty of the game. I truly hope that when the game comes out, the vision modes allow us to enjoy the scenery and graphics with more detail. Another reason why we believe that there will be another Splinter Cell game is because of all the Easter eggs in the other games. In The Division and some other games, there have been Easter eggs placed throughout, maybe just to keep us in suspense. Also, this franchise is a long-lasting franchise that really drove Ubisoft sales for a long time. They wouldn't just forget about that now. Also, I have a friend who works with Ubisoft as a developer, and to be honest, I don't know much about his job, what exactly he does, or what he works on. What is a developer? There are so many different types of developers, I don't know what he does there, but I press him for any information I can get. There's so many Ubisoft teams, branches that work on different games or aspects of games, I have no clue what he does, so whatever he says I take with a grain of salt. He does not actually work directly with Splinter Cell, but I have been asking for some information. All I can gather is that Ubisoft is working on the Splinter Cell 7. They are working to better develop the gaming graphics engine, which is more like the Division's engine, but a little more advanced. They are putting a lot of effort into the details and trying to resolve issues from past games. It is taking longer than they expected, so they are trying not to uphold any dates and make mistakes to force the game out on time. As they work on the kinks, we may get fed more information, but I think they are really trying. My friend says we may hear a little something about Splinter Cell 7 at E3, but it may not be released until either later 2017 or early 2018. That doesn't tell me much, but I hope it is worth it, and maybe they will try to release the movie along with the game. Who knows, maybe they're trying to work off their co-marketing. One thing I expect them to work on is the glitches and cheaters. Fortunately, Ubisoft and other gaming companies have really started to work hard on preventing cheaters and exploitations of the game, finding ways to track cheaters and glitchers, and finding ways to resolve them and punish players. So maybe there'll be less glitching. That would be awesome. The other factors they are working on possibly is cross-platform gameplay, making sure it is fair and equal. In other games, different consoles play the game differently in terms of hit registration, weapons capabilities, as well as some other aspects. I believe they are going to try to unify it. Also, the environmental interaction, cause and effect, and realism will be advanced. While I'm not going to say play as you want like Zach Cooper did that Eddie the Bunny mocks repeatedly, they are going to improve that, I believe. Also, they had plenty of complaints about spawns in many games, so I'm hoping they find resolution with that as well. Regardless of what they do, Ubisoft knows they will hear from many people what they want, what they don't like, and haters always going to hate. People will complain about the voice actors and other things that I just don't find as important as the gameplay. But people will pick apart anything, which is sad because really Ubisoft puts so much effort into doing these games, and the technology is so crazy just to be ripped to shreds by a bunch of 10 to 15-year-olds that don't even understand the franchise or what goes into the games is ridiculous. These developers are creating realistic and virtual worlds that we have never seen before. This technology is going into our future. Me being 36 in 2016, I grew up with all the consoles, and I know how far gaming has come, and I have much respect for it. The games today are ridiculously real and complex, but people are always going to complain. Give these guys a break as they ride on cutting-edge technologies to bring us these games. They don't know all the problems and bugs that will happen. They are trying. Let's try to be more supportive no matter what they do, and maybe they will fix the bugs quicker and better, and hopefully they will do a once-over on Splinter Cell Blacklist and fix all those issues. Until we actually get some real information from Ubisoft, all we can do is speculate. What are your thoughts? What do you hope to see? I will bring you new information as I get it. Let me know anything you find. Share with me a screenshot. Show me info and proof, and I'll give you mad props on whatever you find. You can find me on Facebook as Steve Bradley, with the wolf as the profile pic. Or you can search Alone Lobster 18 or the Wolf Brotherhood in Facebook, or you can just hang on to our YouTube channel. Definitely share and like our videos, and keep checking on our channel as we bring you the most up-to-date and relevant information on Splinter Cell as we strive to be your official go-to channel for all things Splinter Cell.